Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
You've seen the worst, now prepare for the cursed. This is Royal Magical Library FTK, and one thing that we wanted to highlight in the history of Jank is that Jank doesn't mean bad. Sure, the two correlate a lot of the time, but sometimes a random assemblage of synergies and common cards ends up breaking the format rather than putting together something that will go X4 at locals. Case in point, Alex is playing Empty Jar, and I am playing this. Now, these two decks are arguably two of the top decks in GOAT format, and yet they see almost no play rate at any level of competition. Why? Well, Jank doesn't mean bad, but it can mean unfun, gimmicky, one note, or just generally extremely frustrating to play against. When you're playing a card game based around coming together and experiencing some of the best that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to offer, the last thing you want to do is sit down and get comboed on for 15 minutes. So to give you a taste of what that looks like, we're going to be playing this matchup. So let me talk to you about Library FTK. Royal Magical Library is one of the worst cards ever printed. Each time a spell card is activated, place a spell counter on this card. When that spell resolves, you can remove 3 spell counters from this card, draw a card. Terrible, miserable effect, but every time it's good, it is game-breakingly good. It allows you to draw any number of cards provided you have a sufficient number of spell traps. That means cards that maybe minus you, like Card Destruction, their loss can be recouped by turning it into a third of a draw off of a Royal Magical Library. With a Royal Magical Library on your field, it is very, very difficult for this deck to brick. In fact, this deck has about a 50% first turn kill rate, which in GOAT format is not only impressive, it is game-breaking. You are under no pressure in GOAT format games. You are likely only going to be hit by like a Mystic Tomato turn 1, and as a result, you might as well wait until turn 2 or 3 when your back is against the wall to go for the FTK. You can very easily start a turn with 7 cards in hand and then pop off from there. This deck uses cards like Toon Table of Contents in order to search Toon World. It uses cards like Thunder Dragon to add additional cards to hand, and it's able to convert those into advantage that actually matters with stuff like Reload. The backbone of this deck is Archfiend's Oath and Convulsion of Nature, two extremely janky cards. Convulsion of Nature flips your deck face up, and Archfiend's Oath allows you to call the top card of your deck, and if you get it right, draw it. Now, this is only a once per turn, but it's a soft, so additional copies of Archfiend Oath translate into additional cards, and Giant Trunade allows you to reset them all. We're on 2 copies of Level Limit Area B as well as Spell Reproduction in order to get spells from the graveyard back to the hand, and of course this is almost always Pot of Greed, as well as Upstart Goblins. Now, how do we actually win the game? It's simple. We use Reversal Quiz. Reversal Quiz allows you to send all cards on your hand and on your side of the field to the graveyard, then call the type of card on top of your deck, and if you call it right, exchange your current life points with your opponent's current ones. Because you've been paying life points the entire game with stuff like Archfiend's Oath, you will have under 500 life points, and because you are playing cards like a Feather of the Phoenix, you will always know the top card of your deck with Reversal Quiz, which means that if you send a black pendant that's equipped to a monster to the graveyard as part of the cost of Reversal Quiz in a new chain after this card resolves, your opponent will be domed for 500 of their likely 400 remaining life points. It is a staggeringly consistent FTK, and unfortunately, extremely, extremely good. We are going to show you what it looks like against Empty Jar, and hopefully you will watch long enough for us to get ad revenue off of it. One thing I would like to say that was made very clear on the GOAT format page is the Library FTK plays very, very well into sideboarded hate against combo decks because it is able to FTK on the first turn. Games where you go first, your opponent sometimes doesn't even interact with you. This is not true of decks like Empty Jar, so boarded games, we are massively favored versus Cimoooooooo's strategy. Okay, Let's make it happen.
Well, if Jank is what you wanted, Jank is what both Joseph and I are here to deliver. Introducing Empty Jar. This is a deck that I've tried to play in several other series before, but not to this complete degree, and so I am super excited to be bringing this to the history of Jank. This deck functions like no other. It actually turns mill into a viable win condition for one of the first times truly in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, so much so that it's a deck that a lot of people just gentlemen's out of because they don't find it particularly fun or interesting to play against. And so here we are today. It's only fair that if Joseph's going to be bringing library FTK, that we have to be bringing an FTK of our own. So let's go ahead and do the card by card. First up is a copy of Cyber Jar and a copy of Morphing Jar, hence the name Empty Jar. So what we are aiming to do is resolve Cyber Jar or Morphing Jar as many times as possible to effectively mill Joseph out of cards. There's a way that we do this towards the end, but we'll talk about that very shortly. Cyber Jar is the better of the two just because we're able to just get so many cards to our hand at a much more rapid rate, and we don't lose the cards, right? I mean, Morphing Jar is going to be discarding cards from our hand, and so that's a bit of a downside, but either one works. Cyber Jar is the primary one we want to get to, though. We also have 3 copies of Mystic Tomato. For the purposes of a mirror match, this is not exactly a good card to have. This is just a standard list that I took from GOAT Format's website, and so as a result, these are probably going to get sided out in games 2 and 3. We've got a Sangen, which will probably also get sided out for similar reasons. 3 copies of Thunder Dragon. We just want to thin the deck as much as possible to get to our other combo pieces. And then we have 29 spells. We have 2 copies of a Feather of the Phoenix. This is a card that a lot of people may not be too familiar with. It's sort of Monster Reincarnation, but it's kind of worse. It reads, discard a card, then target a card in your graveyard and return to the top of the deck. So it doesn't limit you to just monsters, which is actually very important for this deck. And so we're able to put a card on top, and in tandem with any card that draws us a card, it effectively puts that card in our hand, which is essential for keeping combos going. We've got 3 copies of Book of Moon, 3 copies of Book of Taiyu. These are essentially the main ways we are going to continuously flip our jars up and down. Book of Taiyu flips a face down monster on the field into face up attack position, immediately triggering one of our jars, and Book of Moon, most people know, will flip that monster back face down. We have a card destruction. This is one of the ways we win towards the end of the combo. 3 copies of Trunade, which again for an FTK mirror isn't going to come up too much, I imagine. A Graceful Charity, 2 level limit area B. Again, this is sort of slated specifically for actual GOAT format matches, not FTK mirrors. Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, triple copies of Reload. Again, we just want to see combo pieces. Serial Spell is a way that we are going to pair in tandem with card destruction to close out the game. Serial Spell requires us to discard all cards in our hand to the graveyard, and we get to copy the effect of a card. In this case, we're going to copy card destruction, which will force Joseph to ditch his entire hand twice. We don't have a hand, so we're never going to draw anything off of card destruction, and Joseph will lose everything else that he has. We've got 3 copies of Spell Reproduction for a similar line of thinking as a Feather of the Phoenix. It does have a higher discard cost, and it does require spells being discarded specifically, but honestly, that's perfectly fine. Shallow Grave is fantastic because it gets our jar back on the field in face down defense position, which then we can flip up with Book of Taiyu, so this is a combo piece. 2 copies of Upstart Goblin, again, deck thinning, but also to pair with Feather of the Phoenix is very important. And 2 copies of Gravity Bind in the trap department. Again, for an FTK mirror, this doesn't really matter, but against a traditional GOAT deck. But by traditional GOAT format standards, Gravity Bind and cards like Level Limit are good enough to hold back most threats in the format. The extra deck's completely irrelevant. We're going to go straight to the side deck. 3 Drag Down into the Grave. This will probably come in games 2 and 3 just because it's a way for us to draw cards. We can actually rip cards out of Joseph's hand, and it's just a great card all around. So we have 3 of it here. We've got a Heavy Storm, triple copies of Mind Control, triple Prohibition. We may play this as well. I like that we have this on the side. We could actually just Prohibition some of Joseph's best cards, and maybe he won't be able to FTK. That'd be pretty funny. A Swords of Revealing Light to stall, a Reckless Greed, a Rock Bombardment, which allows us to send a rock from deck to grave to inflict 500 damage to our opponent. Doesn't really matter all that much when we are able to just mill them to death, but interesting choice. And then 2 copies of Royal Decree to shut down traps. This one makes a lot of sense. So even though these are 2 FTK decks, it wouldn't be the history of Jank if we didn't show stuff like this off, because these are just some of the wackiest decks ever assembled in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. And so I think putting them both up against one another, it's going to be very entertaining just to see both of us combo off, and if we're actually able to combo off, which is why Joseph and I wanted to bring you guys this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Well, Joseph, here we are again in the history of Jank. I don't exactly know how I'm feeling about this one. The fans wanted to see Empty Jar. The fans wanted to see Library FTK. And to be fair, these decks are quite janky, but I don't exactly know how entertaining this is going to be.
All I can say is, you know, you all asked for Empty Jar, and we listened. And that is not a mistake we will be making after this episode, listening to the comments. So, you know, enjoy it while you can. And please watch until the end of the video so we get maximum ad revenue, I guess I would say.
I do love when decks like this, not just in Yu-Gi-Oh, but like in any trading card game, come into existence. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is very notorious for it, but I mean, to be fair, like Magic and like other games are as well. But when you look at a pile of 40 like this, and it just looks like just a dumpster fire, but it ends up being one of the most like consistent, devastating decks of the format. It's hysterical.
It really is, and it really does. Neither of our decks look even remotely playable. Neither of them were something that people were really experimenting with at the time, but historically they have become, I mean, household names among GOAT format players, despite having basically no play rate, because if you're going to play a notoriously good format, why would you play a notoriously bad deck?
Yeah, absolutely. And so now, buddy, we're going to have to decide on a randomized method for who goes first here, since you apparently think I have everything rigged in my favor. So I'm gonna hold this one over to you. What are you thinking, buddy? How do you want to do this?
All right, I've had some luck with the dice cam, so I am going to roll a die, and then we're going to see.
Okay, so do you have a dice cam? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, I don't have a cam. I'm just going to cheat. Let me get one refresh.
Oh, one refresh? I don't even have the rock, paper, scissors generator.
Oh, I was excited.
Okay, so now the rock, paper, scissors generator is up for you, buddy. So how lucky you feeling here?
All right, let me get one refresh.
One refresh, just one? Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, one refresh. Okay.
All right, okay.
It's a whiff.
All right, let me get 6 refreshes.
Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, buddy, good game. It's been fun.
You just want to go to game 2, or
I mean, if you want to admit defeat, that's fine by me, buddy. I'm okay with it. You're still. See, the one problem with this is that you're assuming I'm actually able to execute this combo. I don't know if I'm confident enough in myself to do that. And I'll be honest, buddy, looking at this firsthand, I don't think I'm going to be executing shit. So I think I am just going to... I mean, what are you going to do? You're playing Library FTK. You're just going to kill me, right? I'll just set one and pass. Go ahead.
I didn't think I was going to kill you, but this hand is quite fucking poggers. All right, RML.
Okay, I'm going to Book of Moon the RML.
Fuck! That is A-okay with me. We'll try it again next turn.
Okay, I have one turn. I'll draw. Damn. Okay. Great. That's probably the worst thing I could have seen.
I was thinking,
Shit. I was
like, oh, what the fuck kind of back row were you playing? Book of Moon makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, you know, it held you off for a turn, and you know what? It would be pretty good if I could hold you off for another, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. I suppose I will set one and pass.
I drew the worst card in my deck. Okay, that's fine. My hand does, I think, make it work. Okay, I'm going to flip summon Royal Magical Library.
Congratulations, I'm out of Book of Moons. Go ahead.
I'm going to activate Toon Table of Contents.
All right, so we're going to get at least one draw in here.
We're going to Toon Table. We're going to Toon Table. And unfortunately, I did find the Garnet.
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, yeah, could be worse.
So we're going to Convulsion of Nature.
Sure. Does this have a function on Dueling Book? How the fuck?
God
Holy
it does.
shit, it works. Wow. Okay.
We've got
technology.
3 counters on Royal Magical Library. I am going to activate the effect of Royal Magical Library, and I don't think I actually want that giant Trunade just yet, so I'm going to chain reload here.
Sure. So you're going to shuffle in your hand first, and then you're going to draw off of your Royal Magical Library after resolving your reload. That's fine.
Okay, that is not really what I was expecting, but sure.
So what is the card in your
2,
hand here?
3, 4. It was 4 off of reload, right?
Correct.
And
yes.
then the 1. Oh, great. It's another Trunade. So the hand is Tune Table of Contents, Cyberjar, RML, Convulsion of Nature, Giant Trunade.
Okay.
I've not normaled, so I'm going to normal summon a Royal Magical Library.
Gross. Yep.
We're going to go Tune Table of Contents.
One on each.
We actually should start noting them.
Yeah, I think so.
I will add TTC to hand, or rather Toon World to hand.
Really wishing you would redraw it, but
I'm going to activate Toon World.
2 more counters.
I'm going to activate Convulsion of Nature.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Royal Magical Library. We'll draw one. Activate Royal Magical Library. We'll draw one. Not exactly what I was hoping for. There it is. And we'll activate Giant Trunade.
Sure.
To hand. To hand. We got to flip our deck back face down.
Yep.
I'm going to activate Convulsion of Nature, so flip it again.
Flip them back.
I will
this
activate
is so silly.
Convulsion of Nature.
Silly.
I'm going to Royal Magical Library for 1. We'll get Archfiend's Oath.
And that's one of the cards you need.
And I'm going to Royal Magical Library again for a Thunder Dragon. Ooh, wow. I really want that over a Thunder Dragon, I think. I'm going to activate Archfiend's Oath here.
Sure. And this is one of the key pieces of the deck.
I'm going to activate Archfiend's Oath. I'm going to call Archfiend's Oath. Reveal the Archfiend's Oath and draw it. Oh my god. I'm going to activate Archfiend's Oath. We'll go 1, 2. I'll pay another 5. And I'll call Spell Reproduction.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay. We're going to go for Thunder Dragon here.
Sounds good.
Ooh, it is. We are getting there. We are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Okay. Deciding how I want to do this. You're kidding me. The next card is... Oh, it's Archfiend's Oath. Holy guacamole. All right. We're going to Spell Reproduction here.
Okay.
I'm going to send Area B and Toon World to the graveyard to add the Trunade back to hand.
Sounds good.
I'll go to 3 on both RMLs. I'll pop 1. We'll grab Oath. I really don't want that one.
Perfect. That's exactly what you wanted to see.
I guess we will draw it anyway. We're going to draw a lot anyway. We're going to Trunade.
Bounce everything back.
And then we will flip that deck face down.
See, there's some level of interactivity with this. I get to flip my deck down.
And now flip it again.
All right.
We'll put another counter on each. I'm going to activate Oath. We'll draw 2 here.
Sounds good.
I am
spell reproduction.
So sorry, man. I'm going to activate Oath. I'm going to call Reload. Oh!
And there's the pot.
I'm going to activate Oath. We're going to call Pot of Greed.
Yep.
Oh, geez. I mean, I'm going to activate Oath. I'm missing 2 counters apiece on these guys. We'll pay 500. I'll call Graceful Charity.
That's fine.
I'll Pot of Greed.
Draw 2.
We will go 1, 2. We'll go Graceful Charity here. Oh, wait, we can't. We have to activate the fucking Royals first. Whoa, I'm just simply drawing too many cards. Okay, Graceful Charity.
Now you're fine. Yep.
That. 1, 2, 3. We'll pitch Royal Magical Library, and I guess Thunder Dragon. It doesn't really matter at this point. Now the question is, how do I get my life points low enough to reversal quiz? I think I know how. We're gonna Spell Reproduction. I'm gonna pitch, I think, Reload. I don't think there's anything I need left from that. We'll go for the Trunade here.
Yep.
We're gonna Premature Burial, take 800.
That's a way to get more life out. Yep.
This puts them both to 3. We will summon the Royal Magical Library.
Sounds good.
I don't think we can even do that because I need the zone open.
I was about to say, you just clogged your zone there, buddy.
See, the deck is actually very hard to play. All right, we'll draw 2, I suppose. 2, 3, draw. Oh, we don't even need to spell economics. Jesus. All right, Trunade.
Yep.
All right, I'm at 45. Now comes the hard part, is figuring out how I'm going to get to not 45. Okay, let's go Toon World. I'm going to pay 1,000.
That sounds good. Put you to 35.
I'm going to activate Convulsions of Nature. We'll flip them again.
Flip them up.
Archfiend's Oath. I'll pay 5. This goes to... These are back at 3, but I don't even think I'm ever activating them again. We'll call Convulsion. Okay. Well, the Trunade actually does fix some stuff. We'll take the Trunade.
Sure.
And we might as well take the Sandgan so we don't have a monster either. Oh, thank God that's not the last card in the deck. That was almost a problem. Okay, Archfiend's Oath here. We'll pay 500. Call Black Pendant.
Get the Black Pendant.
Now we will Trunade.
Yes. People always wonder why Trunade is banned. You know, this is probably like in the top 5 reasons why it is.
It's up there for sure. We're going to Toon World going to 15. We're going to Trunade. We're going to Toon World going to 500.
Sounds good.
All right. Now we are going to equip our Royal Magical Library with a Black Pendant.
Mm-hmm.
And, buddy, it's time for the reversal quiz.
There it is.
All right, so to activate this card, I send all cards in my hand and on my side of the field to the graveyard. And then I think long and hard about what the top card of my deck is. I'm pretty sure, is it a spell? Is it a trap? Is it a monster? God, it really could be anything.
It's definitely a trap.
Yeah, I think that trap is a pretty good guess. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to go with spell.
Sure.
Let's mill it. Oh my god, how did I get it right?
It's how did you know? It's a magic trick. So our life points are now going to swap, and then
on a new
the
chain,
black pendant
we'll
that fell off
the
of the Royal Magical Library will deal 500 more damage to me.
That's the game.
That's the game. Hey, Joseph, I went first and I lost. There's some
See?
play.
It's fair. It's fair.
Oh my god.
Very good one. Very good.
So yeah, Joseph, like I said, I won the rock, paper, scissors, and I still lost. So clearly, this deck isn't hyped up to be what it all is.
You know,
right?
I gotta tell you,
know.
GOAT format is literally the most skillful format ever made. It's absolutely fantastic. What I really like is we can take a break from the boring-ass combo formats of the modern era and just play some long, resource-intensive sort of back-and-forth games. And given my hand this one, I think we're about to play another one.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Good luck, buddy. I'll start by firing off a Thunder Dragon.
That's a decent start.
It's not bad. We'll thin the deck by a couple by grabbing a few more here. Now I want to think, actually. I do have some options. All right, I don't know if this is correct. I'm just going to straight up reload.
Sometimes you got to do it, buddy. Sometimes you got to do it.
We'll
the card is in the deck for the reason.
Yeah.
That you are about to use it for. Thunder Dragon is a great card to fire off in conjunction with this bad boy. Thank God we don't have Magical Mallet yet, by the way.
Right, exactly. That would just make this infinitely worse. We'll draw 6, and hopefully that gets us there. Oh, great. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to pitch one of these Thunder Dragons.
Yes, let's go! At least he didn't draw both.
Fortunately not. Yeah, so we're going to grab the 1 here. God, I am so close, potentially. We'll upstart Goblin.
Yeah. This actually is kind of a huge problem for me because I'm really good at dealing 7,000 to myself and really bad at dealing 8,500.
I mean, that could be the difference maker for all I know. Wow. Is that where we're going to be ending it? Gee, that might suck, actually. I'm kind of kicking myself for shuffling something back that I did. It's going to go quick. I guess I have plays, but that seems just awful. I may not have a choice, though. All right, let's try it. I'm going to spell reproduction.
Go. Repro for the reload? Yeah, Repro's fine.
I think it's bad enough that I have to.
Wow,
I mean, I could try to wait a turn, but I don't think I have an option to wait a turn. So I'm going to get rid of a Feather of the Phoenix, and I think I will also get rid of... Don't want to get rid of that. We have to discard spells. I really wish I could just pitch Thunder Dragon for this card.
Magical Stone Excavation gets a lot better.
If I can just get 1 jar and like a Book of Taiyu, we might be okay.
So that's the thing with this deck is like going down to 2 cards is completely fine. If the 2 cards are like morphing Taiyu, you still win.
Right. We might be fine. I think I'm actually going to get rid of Premature Burial,
Jesus.
Unfortunately. We'll get the reload.
Yep.
I will... Jeez, this is so bad. I'm going to set a card.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm going to activate reload again.
Yeah, reload for 2. Let's go, baby.
If I draw this fucking Thunder Dragon, I'm going to cry. Okay. I probably already botched this, but we'll see. We'll draw 2. Oh, fantastic. That is exactly what I wanted. Go ahead. I'm so fucked.
Okay, so the bad news is my hand is awful. I don't know if I can actually
just passed.
So we're going to go Thunder Dragon. 50% kill rate.
That's a good start.
Yeah, 50% kill rate means that 50% of the time you're not killing. And we are going to go for the GOAT format classic. I'm talking normal Sangan, get in for
perfect.
1,000. Let's go.
Fantastic.
Who said
Let's
these decks
go.
weren't fair? Who said these decks weren't fair?
Please? Oh, God. We were so close, Joseph. We were so close. All right, I'll set one and pass. Go.
Okay, stand by main.
Please?
We are so close. Oh, fuck, we're so close.
Just hit me for 1,000 again. Just hit me for 1,000, buddy. Just hit me for 1,000.
I don't even think I should be hitting you for anything, if I'm being honest. Like, hitting you for 1,000 means that... it doesn't matter. None of this.
When you reversal quiz.
All right, I'm going to tribute Sangan for Thunder Dragon, and I'll trigger Sangan.
Yeah, sure. That gets you to your library. Yep.
All right, buddy. You've got 1 turn. Make it count.
All right, I'll take the 16.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Let's set this. Go ahead.
Please? Well, I think I have to. All right, I'm going to drag down.
Let's go. Okay. Here's my hand.
Okay. Oh, you didn't want to set your jar for me, buddy? That would have been so nice.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, ooh, but I could jar into the FTK. If only there was another player in this game.
Right? I know. So I guess library's the pick. I mean, I don't know how many reversal quiz this deck plays.
I could just tell you, it plays 1. I would have to reproduction into it.
You'd have to reproduction it though. So like it doesn't fully get you out of it. It is a bit awkward for you because even I mean your deck is like 90% spells. So you'll probably get something where you can like true nade and then maybe do the other spell, then like maybe spell reproduction, and that gets you counters. I do think I get rid of the library though.
I mean
that's like what's gonna get you all the advantage.
Fucking way you don't pick library.
Yeah. You're also gonna get a draw off of this drag down. So like, you know, so all right, go ahead, take your pick.
Oh. Yeah, gotta be the Shallow Grave.
Yeah, of course.
Enjoy your 1-card spell reproduction.
Awful. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Did you redraw into a library?
I didn't. I redrew into Premature Burial.
Perfect.
I'll target library here.
Sure.
Sick. All right, let's see if I can make it work. We're gonna go Convulsion of Nature.
Let's flip them.
What if I OTK you? I can bounce the Premature Burial with Giant Trunade to get Thunder Dragon, and then I can bounce it again to get Sangan. If I get another Giant Trunade, that's what? 32, 42? Holy shit, dude, I'm almost OTKing you! If I normal the Cyber Jar in my hand, you're at 300 life points. All right, we are Giant Trunading.
I guess that's probably fine. I'll book the RML.
Ah, crap. Okay. Fine. Well, that severely dampens my expectations. I haven't normaled. I'm so fucking close, dude. I can get you to 600.
I can't believe you can almost just physically kill me with battle damage in this deck.
All right, I am going to Premature Burial targeting Thunder Dragon.
So that's 32. Pay your 8.
No, I think I still have it. I can Giant Trunade, putting this back in hand. I will Premature Burial targeting Sangan.
Okay.
This is how much? 42?
Oh, you're gonna
and I'll tribute the third Thunder!
And who said this episode wasn't going to be entertaining?
Oh my god, what a miserable fucking game!
Oh my god. Okay, we gotta go again. I need to at least try to get mine off so people know how this deck works. You obviously won.
It's a reversal
yeah.
quiz. Oh yeah, okay.
All right, buddy. So here was the issue I had last time. I had double drag down and the reload. And like the other 3 cards in my hand were like potential combo pieces. So the issue was if I didn't draw into anything good with drag down, then you could have hit reload out of my hand and I was just going to be a sitting duck at that point.
Well,
so
you know, the better duelist won, and that's really just all there is to say about it.
This deck is just awful. Oh my god. All right, I will pitch a Thunder Dragon for 1 Thunder Dragon.
I don't think the deck's awful. I think you need to stop drawing Thunder Dragon. I mean, that's just...
I mean, I guess. You
got to go to a waterfall, practice your drawing technique. That's how it works. I've seen GX.
I can't do anything. I can just set, and like, that's it. Like, what am I supposed to do?
This is going to be an interesting one. We'll go Toon Table of... Oh my god. I don't even know if I Toon
Table with no library?
There's no way I Toon Table with no library. No, let's just fucking Pot of Greed. Let's go.
Okay, all right.
No library. Okay, let's Graceful Charity.
Great, okay. I see why you wanted to hold that now. You had to have gotten there. 5 deep.
No, I didn't. I'm going to ditch Level Limit Area B and Sangan.
I forgot we're back in game 1. Our decks are significantly worse now.
Yeah. I am going to set 1, 2, 3. I'm going to activate Premature Burial, targeting Sangan.
Sure.
And then I know what you set. It's gotta be a jar. I'm deciding which one of these I want to keep. I think I think this one is maybe the best one. Yeah, because I have other copies. All right, we'll go to battle phase and I'll attack your set card.
Okay, joke's on you, idiot. It's a Mystic Tomato. Take 100.
My hubris! All right, go ahead, buddy.
Now, this is where if this deck actually played Heavy Storm, I could severely punish you, but guess what? It doesn't. I'll go to main 1.
Are you kidding me? Heavy Storm would get my Sangan off the field. Do you know how good that would be?
That's true. That would get you to a library, which, like, that's the conundrum I'm in. I actually have the ability to go for damage, but then that gives you library. And do I want to give you library? Not necessarily. I really don't feel like giving you library.
I'll tell you this.
Oh
if you
God.
can't kill me, do not give me library. I will pop the fuck off. My hand is ready.
I know. Basically. And, like, you know what? Just go ahead, buddy. If you want to keep smacking my Sangan around, be my
Oh,
guest.
you're fucked. Thunder Dragon.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
All right, to hand. We are going to...
Sack the Sangan, you can get the library.
Yeah, but eventually. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to Trunade here.
Sure. Seems difficult already.
We will Tribute Summon Thunder Dragon. I'll go grab library.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The question is if I was going off next turn or this turn, and I think it's this turn. I'm going to Feather of the Phoenix, pitching library. I'm going to put the Pot of Greed on top of my deck.
Now you have the Premature Burial. Yep.
The charity's a little better. We'll go Premature Burial targeting library. I'll pay 800.
Sure.
I'm going to go... God, this is still kind of hard because I really want the charity. Okay, I'll go Toon World. That's 1. I'll go Trunade. That's 2. Oh.
And then you can just reactivate the Toon World.
Yeah, that's the idea. And then I'll go Toon World. I'll take another one.
Yep. And that gets you charity, and then you also have Toon Table still. So, I mean, you're going to be pretty...
Okay, now that I have charity, we'll go for the
this.
Toon Tables. I didn't want to shuffle the deck
Yep.
while it was still on top.
Right.
We'll go Toon Table. That's 1. Toon Table. That's 1 to grave. And then I think I have Toon World. Yeah, that's 1 as well.
There it is.
To grave. Okay, we'll go Royal Magical Library here. Ah, man, these are very hard. Okay, Graceful Charity.
Of course.
This has to smooth things out for me. Ooh, wow. Definitely Thunder Dragon, for sure. What about the second one? I think Spell Reproduction is the worst card in my hand.
And that's still pretty good when you've got a hand of 8 cards.
It's decent. I was really hoping to draw into another Royal Magical Library so I could Premature Burial it back.
Oh, I see.
C'est la vie. God, I've got like 2 really hugely divergent lines. We'll go Convulsion of Nature.
Flip 'em.
There he is. We don't have another way to get it into the graveyard? Yes, we do. And then we'll go Toon World. I will Royal Magical Library here. We'll draw.
Yep. Another Feather of the Phoenix.
Like the feather of the phoenix. We're gonna Giant Trunade.
Sure.
I really want the Oath, too, but I'm out of Trunades, so it's actually not fantastic. If I'm not out of Trunades, I have 1 left. Yeah.
I still cannot believe Trunade was at 3 during this format. That is
It's absurd,
mind-boggling.
Yeah. We're gonna go Reproduction.
That's
Reload
yep.
in Toon World. That's number 3. And then we'll grab Graceful Charity.
Yep, and that's a way to get it in the grave.
We're gonna RML. Draw. Wow. Okay, that's strange. Charity. That's 1.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna pitch Royal Magical Library, of course. And I think Card Destruction. We're gonna go Preemie, targeting Royal Magical Library.
Bring him back.
Take 800 here. Goes to 2. We'll go Convulsion. Go 3, 1. Flip. Take 3 off.
Flip.
Oh my god. Well, we knew that was gonna happen. We'll go Oath. I'll pay 5. I'm gonna call Jar. 1, 2. I'm gonna go Trunade.
Send him back.
To grave. We'll go 3, 3.
Get you
Flip
2
it.
draws.
Go for our 2. Oh, that fixes things a lot. We'll go Convulsion. Archfiend's Oath.
Mhm.
I'll fucking take Upstart. You got it.
That's like a 1-card draw 3 in this deck.
I'll Upstart.
Yep.
I'll draw
Take
2.
1,000.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'm gonna go Convulsion of Nature. I'm pretty sure this is at 2, not 3. I'm gonna put... I may have just fucked myself.
Did you?
I might have. I have to... Yeah, I have to Spell Reproduction. Pitching Feather of the Phoenix Reload for Trunade. That puts these both to 3.
Okay.
Draw 2. 3 left in deck. We'll Trunade. And then we'll play all 3 again. We'll keep the Convulsion in hand so we can get these to 3.
Because you got the one from the Trunade.
Yep. We'll draw 2. And it's a spell on top? Sure. We'll Black Pendant, targeting our Royal Magical Library. We'll Toon World, taking 1,000. And we'll
the reversal quiz.
Fuck.
Jeez.
Wow.
I have not drawn. Just. I'm not even gonna side.
You're like, I gotta find the combo.
I just want to pull it off once. I haven't seen a jar at all this entire time. Like, these hands have been atrocious. There's like no way conceivable. I know
This hand's
obviously
crazy.
your deck is just the far more consistent deck. And here we find ourselves once again. I can go Thunder Dragon, I can get some Thunder Dragons, and that's basically the extent of my goddamn turn. I will set 1 and pass to you, buddy. I don't know why I just added that to my hand.
Yeah, if you're losing, just cheat.
Go ahead.
Stand by me.
Premature burial doesn't even do me any good in this board.
We're gonna go Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, sure.
To hand. I guess I will normal summon Royal Magical Library.
Sure.
Convulsion of Nature.
Flip them.
Archfiend's Oath.
Sure.
I'll call Premature. This is 2. Oh, Black Pendant already? Crazy. I don't even think I need Premature. That card doesn't do shit. I'm gonna reload here.
That's fine. You're drawing 4.
3. Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
On res, I'll book the library.
No! How could you do this to me? That's okay. Eventually, I will be able to do this. Okay, an Upstart Goblin on the top of your deck. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know
ahead,
if this
buddy.
is going to help me or not. Yeah, we'll draw. Oh, look, there's a Sangan. That also does not do anything in this particular instance. We will activate Upstart Goblin.
Let's go.
Get your 1,000.
I will.
Get my draw. Okay. We may be able to do something. I am going to Feather of the Phoenix, pitching Sangan.
Let's go.
And I'm going to put Book of Moon on top of my deck.
That is not bad. That keeps me off the combo for another turn.
I can Shallow Grave next.
Ooh, do we both have one? We do.
You have a Thunder Dragon.
Oh, no.
It's not great, but I can tribute said Sangan for a Thunder Dragon. And you know what, Joseph? At least I got to the point where I got one of the jars in my hand. I'm still fucking dead, but you know what? After 4 games, this feels like a goddamn accomplishment. I will go to battle. I will hit into your Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
Main phase 2, I don't think I'm fucking doing anything else, so I will just pass. Go ahead. Just end my misery.
All right. Royal Magical Library.
Yes.
I really don't want Toon World, but I don't know if I have much of a choice. Okay. Giant Trunade.
I know you're going to play it again, so I'm just going to wait till you do and just stop
Convulsion.
flipping. Yep, there it is.
Archfiend's Oath.
Yep,
I'm
there's
gonna
3.
Royal Magical Library here.
Just keep breaking.
Will Archfiend's Oath, Calling Feather.
Yep.
Card Destruction something. I'm gonna Upstart here.
Take 1,000.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm fucking looking for, baby. Damn. Okay, this is still kind of sussy. I'm gonna Spell Reproduction. We're gonna send Toon World and Feather. We're gonna grab back the Trunade.
I like when you shuffle the cards back into your deck with Reload with Convulsion up, they still stay face down. That's hilarious.
Trunade.
Yep.
We miss a counter on this, which is kind of crusty because I really want the TTC. But we'll Convulsion with too many counters. Then we'll take off 3 to get TTC. We'll do this 3 times.
I'll give you another draw.
We'll
okay.
remove 3 for the Upstart. Oh, my God. Oath. We'll pay 5. I'm calling Giant Trunade.
Sure.
Toon World.
Take 1,000.
I will Upstart Goblin, I suppose.
Sure. Gain 1,000.
Trunade.
You forgot the draw for your Upstart.
Oh, right. Yeah. Upstart has text on it. Ooh, Christ. I actually really want that. Again, I'm going to miss a counter here. We'll go Convulsions, and then we'll draw.
Sure.
We'll go Oath, calling Reload.
Yep.
That's 1. Oath, calling Convulsions. That's 2. We'll go Toon World. I'll take 1,000. That's 3. I'll remove 3. We'll grab Repro. We'll Repro. I'm going to pitch Reload, Convulsion. We're going to grab back Giant Trunade. Library goes to 1. We'll go Trunade. Library goes to 2.
Bounce it all back.
We'll activate.
This is going to sound great with the classical music playing in the background while you're doing
We'll
this.
draw for
True work of art.
Convulsion. There it is.
There's the pod.
Oath for 1. I'll call Pot of Greed. That's at 1, not 2. Pot of Greed. We'll draw 2.
And the Premature.
2. We have the Premature. We don't have any other libraries in rotation, which is terrifying to me. I'm gonna go Oath again. We'll pay 5. I'll call Thundra. I guess we'll pitch Thundra. We still have a Thundra in deck. Where are these libraries? God damn it. That's 3.
Oh.
6. There it is. Graceful Charity.
Yep.
That's 1.
Still no library.
Wow. We'll pitch Thundra Sangan, I guess. I think we're going to draw the whole
Maybe
deck
if you-
without the other library.
I was about to say, I don't think you need it at this point.
We'll... Oh, God. This is actually really fucking frustrating.
I think the Upstart may be throwing a wrench in your plan here.
No, the Upstart's not the problem. I can very easily get back down. How many more? I have 1 more Trunade remaining? Oh, no. I think I have to reload here. Yeah, I don't have a choice.
You're going to reload for 9?
Yeah.
Or 8?
Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah.
Oh, there's a library.
Okay, that fixed the problem, I believe. We can go normal library for turn. This other library is a 2.
Haven't done that.
Reproduction, we'll pitch Feather, Convulsion, Target, Trunade. Trunade is better than Pot of Greed. How is that fair? That goes to 3 to 1. Royal Magical Library. We'll draw the L Lab. Fantastic card. Awesome fucking rip off the top. We'll go L Lab. That puts all our monsters to defense. Very important.
Perfect.
1, 2, Trunade. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We'll go Royal Magical Library. While it's flipped, we'll go Convulsion. Flipping the deck. We'll Royal Magical Library.
Get the Cyber Jar.
We'll go Oath. That goes 1, 2. We'll pay 5. Calling Trunade. Okay, and we should be able to do it from here. Toon World for 1,000. We'll go Library to draw L Lab. We'll go L Lab, Library to draw the second to last card in our deck. It's a Library. Trunade.
And that should do it then.
That'll kill you.
Yep. Go through the motions at that point.
Archfiend's Oath. I'll call the fucking Hortaki. Whoops, it's not Hortaki. Toon World. I'll take 1,000. We'll put the pendant on a Royal Magical Library and Reversal Quiz Calling Monster.
And there it is. Well, this might be the first time in the history of anything I've gotten 4-0'd.
Jesus Christ.
I would like to just keep trying to
one more.
This
is one more.
Once.
Do one more.
Okay, let's go then. Let's go. Let's just get straight into it. Let's go. Okay.
Well, the editor just cut to the end.
This has to happen once. Can I just get the jar and the Taiyu, please? That's all I need. This is ridiculous. Oh, of course not. Of course not. All right, Thunder Dragon.
Let's go. You've drawn Thunder Dragon every single match.
I've drawn it every match, and it typically doesn't do shit. All right, this hand looks promising though, so there might be a potential.
Okay, I'm still with you.
Okay, I'm going to Jesus Christ. I'm going to reload for 6.
We can do it. We can do it.
It's possible. Please, God, help me. Just please. I need just a jar. Even if it's morph, I'll take morphing jar at this point too. Just give me something, please. All right, draw 6. I fucking hate this game. I fucking hate. All right, you know what, buddy? We're gonna go again.
Let's go. We can do it.
I'm actually gonna set one before I do that because I actually have one piece.
All right, tie you down. Okay.
Tie you down. So we have the Taiyu. We need 1 jar. We have 35 cards. There's 2 jars. Give us 1 jar, please. Draw 4.
Buddy, you're right. Oh my god. Well, you know, ooh, my hand doesn't do it either. See, it's fair.
Okay, sure. Let's see what you got then. I
think I have the OTK if I get a little lucky. I think it's not particularly difficult to put together. I've got like 4 reloads in a hand full of 9 cards. I'm gonna throw you a bone, dude. I'm gonna set 1 card and I'm gonna pass.
Perfect. I'm going to draw and it's going to be absolutely fucking nothing. This deck sucks. Holy shit. I will attempt to Book of Taiyu your card.
You did it, dude. You finally emptied the jar. we did it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. It was a group effort, but we got the empty jar. Holy fuck.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a jar. We can do it. All right. All right. We can do it. There's still hope. There's still hope. Hold on. Hold on. We're almost there. Okay, I think I added everything. I don't fucking know. I don't care anymore. All right, Pot of Greed.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's happening, Dunny. It's happening. It's happening.
Let's go. Yup.
Okay, nuke everything. It only took you setting a jar for this to happen. So that's what I was doing wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to go again. Oh, perfect. Oh, fantastic.
You got it, buddy.
We got it. All right. So we're going to get all this crap on the field. Can add all this to hand. All right. It's happening. It's happening. I'm on a clock. All right. What do we do now? We're out of jars, so we need to now figure out a way.
We have to like
to
shallow
get
it back.
I've got ways to do it. It's just very convoluted. Okay, so I'm going to premature burial.
Still with you.
I'm gonna get the jar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to book the jar.
Let's go. That does it.
And then I'm going to spell
Let's
reproduction. Get rid of the fucking level limit that does jack all right now. And a Trunade. And we are going to get back Book of Taiyu to hand.
Yep.
I will activate Book of Taiyu, flipping the jar.
Another 5, baby. Another. You get to trigger Sangan. That's another jar, baby.
I get to trigger Sangan too. This is the dream. Oh my god. All right, that all goes. We get another fucking Mystic Tomato. Fantastic. We also got Graceful Charity, so I think we're actually going to pull this off. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe this. All right. So all this goes to hand. Taiyu goes to grave. I get to trigger Sangan and actually get the other jar, which is the morphing jar.
Let's go.
Okay. Do I have... I don't have the combo yet. So we still need to do some work here. There is a Thunder Dragon in my deck. So I'm going to pitch this Thunder Dragon to get another one. And then we are going to Graceful Charity. Yep. I'm going to pitch both copies of fucking Gravity Bomb.
Are you sure? That seems pretty good in this matchup, I'm going to be honest with you.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, we're going to Shallow Grave now.
Yep. Do I get to pick?
You do, I believe.
I'm going to get Cyber Jar. Fuck it.
Oh, fuck. No, that means I'll build myself.
Who's the empty jar?
It's only if it flips. It's only if it flips. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, so we're gonna Taiyu my jar. Yeah. We're gonna nuke everything. We're gonna put this in grave. We mill another 5. I should have the combo hopefully at this point. That's one of the things we need.
3 cards in deck. I would imagine you have to have it.
I think I'm still missing 1 piece actually. And I am, as a matter of fact, which is not particularly exciting.
Dog, you've been through 90% of your deck.
I'm still missing the fucking card destruction of all things. So I do need to find a way to get that to my hand. I do have a reload. I'm going to upstart Goblin first, actually.
Of course. Why not?
That did not do it. Wonderful. Okay. I am going to then... Let's see. I have 2 left in deck. I have Pot of Greed and Grave. So if I go Spell Reproduction, if I pitch the level limit that's doing nothing, and if I pitch this Feather of the Phoenix, I can grab back the Pot of Greed that's in my grave.
So you're trying to deck me out. How do you not die here? There's a combo, right?
So yeah, we'll get there. Okay, We'll get there. So I'm going to Pot of Greed and draw the rest of my deck.
Still with you.
I just shuffled, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it was the bottom card. Awesome. Fantastic. Glad I did that. Okay, so now here's how we do this so I don't die. I'm going to activate Card Destruction.
Can you do this while you have no cards in deck and I don't either?
I'm going to chain Serial Spell.
Oh.
So I pitch every card from my hand to the graveyard as cost to activate this effect of Card Destruction.
You sneaky,
and then it duplicates the effect.
Well,
but because I have no hand, I don't draw off of Card Destruction because I don't draw any cards because I didn't discard any cards. You ditch your whole hand and have to draw your whole deck, and because you won't be able to draw any more cards, that's the end of the game.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit. Well, buddy, thank you for throwing me the bone. I'm glad we at least got to show off what this deck does when it actually goes off, because it was a lot of fun to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
This was such a good episode of literally just throwing shit at the wall. So obviously these decks function different when they're playing against fair decks. Obviously, like, stuff like Mystic Tomato actually matters. And truth be told, Empty Jar is a deck that has shown up, while Library FTK... I don't know if it's so good that people just don't want to play it because it's so fucking boring, or if it just actually loses to things that Empty Jar doesn't. But holy guacamole, that was a disaster. That was miserable.
That was a clusterfuck. And you know what? This is what we get for listening to the comments, buddy.
I told you, we're not doing that shit again. You're gonna enjoy whatever we think is the play. No,
it's the history of Jank, though. If there was a place for this to happen, it was in this series. Thank you for wanting me this episode. It was a lot of fun, but
Empty Jar is really a group
we got
endeavor,
it off.
You know, it's our Empty Jar.
It is. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the History of Jank. Don't you worry, Joseph and I will not be bringing FTKs next time, so there'll be a bit more interactivity, but we still had a lot of fun with this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We have to shout the patrons, so big shouts to Shout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Chaotic Meatball, and Gyoko, Tim0x3, Ike Iron Fang, Part 2, Pony, Starkey, and Musa, Michael Dente, Dan the Man Hoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, Mystic Walk, Sylvia Wilds, Draconic Rockslide, Dollywop, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Cole T, Thomas Nelson, Yusuf Aslan05, Jordan Coons, Calvin, Iron Bladesman, Pure Ace, Jesse Wood, True Nerdgasm, Brother Paul, Chris Hood, Lumpy, Nehru Celeste, David Lee, Rockley325, Lane Rogers, Chat God, Sound Agent 216, I Siding Grand Maju and Salad, Sky Rose, Dylan Hunter, Brett Harvey, John Two Base, Apathy Astro, Brody Eastwood, Day Sir, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Give Me Speedroid or Give Me Death, Matthew Elliott, MBT's Hard Leg, Ashlyn Jensen, Cypher P on Perpsix, CC Gaming, Matthew Brady, Edison Format, Ash Blossom Toe Sniffer, Dr. Solace, Max, and Tom Russell. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.